Hello everyone, my name is Rebecca and welcome back to my Pixel Quest. We're once again zooming into our blind playthrough of Blueprints, a game that has totally exploded my mind in all the most amazing ways, and I cannot believe we're going into day 37 and I cannot believe the day that we just had. Truly I'm going to say in 95% of ways, the gods were smiling on me. The gods of Blueprints were smiling on me in the last episode, because that day stretched on so far beyond what I expected. A lot of things conspired to go very, very, very well for me in the last episode, to the point where I actually managed to get into one of the inner sanctum doors and got into the antechamber and got the basement key and kind of now have the foundation like fully functioning. But before, so as I said, 95% of ways, oh my God, getting the what is it, the power hammer and being able to smash open several walls and, being able to solve most of the stuff perhaps in the basement, not everything yet, but most of the stuff, to the point where the very first thing I'm going to do is head down here to see if this entryway that we smashed open is there. Yes, oh my God, honestly I hoped so, and I will probably say, I don't know, like I 60% thought it would, but I really questioned myself as well. I really thought, I really questioned, like, whether these walls that we smashed down would actually remain down. So at the very least, this one, yes. So this is incredible because this allows us to get into most of the areas of the basement and the underground. Straight out from the gate. We don't need the tomb, and we don't even need to fight our way to the castle. I was going to do a labyrinth reference, but I can't remember exactly what the wording is. To fight my way beyond the walls of the goblin, to the castle beyond the walls of the goblin. You know what I mean. I don't have to fight my way to the foundation. So that's brilliant. But the foundation is also there for us. All right. Now, with that said, I have to address something that I feel so silly about. I'm sure you know what it is. Oh my God. So as I said, I'm completely happy with what we did yesterday. I'm truly at peace. I am at peace with it. But do I feel silly that while I was sitting down after the recording yesterday, let's look up at Mount Holly while I get this out of my system. I'm sure many of you know what I'm going to say. I was sitting down, I was thinking about all of the things that had happened. I'd finished the recording, and I was casually like sitting there with my massive notebook here. I was actually, like, what I was doing was I was working on this Morajai box puzzle. Like, I was obsessed with it, trying to figure out, like, how I could solve it. I might have a way of doing it now, maybe. I think, but I'm not sure. Anyway, the point is, while I was sitting there, like my brain is starting to sort of thaw a little from the actual experience of being in that episode, and doing like just so much beyond what I expected. So that was all. It was all kind of overwhelming. And you know what? Let's go in. Why not? And so, yeah, so it was as things were starting to sort of crystallize, my brain was starting to sort of settle down, all of that, I realized, of course, I could have gone back through here from the inner sanctum after opening the north lever, and I could have gone in the door labeled 46. I'm saying the door labeled 46 because I suppose I'm not actually sure if that will be room 46. It might, it may well be, but I suppose there's a little bit of, Are you closed again? Are you kidding me? No. Oh God. Okay. I was like, surely not. All right. Wow. we can probably go straight up to the foundation. Okay. So I suddenly, something or other, like, I think maybe even I was thinking about that note that we got in the locker room that you know, was talking about like room 46 and is it beyond the antechamber, is it somewhere else, etc., etc. And it suddenly just dawned on me. I was like, you fool, you opened the lever. You opened the lever, the north lever to the antechamber, and you've been in the like 2 other doors in the antechamber are open. You have a foundation elevator that will take you right there. You had the steps. You had the steps. Why didn't you go up and in there? And I like, it was almost like a feeling of like my blood running cold, you know, when you have a realization like that. Anyway, it's not a problem, because that day was already so full. And like, here's the situation. Like, I'm able to go in now. I wasn't 100% sure that I would be. I didn't know if those walls would still be smashed down. But look at the door open for us now. But I can come straight back here, right? This is like the first thing I'm doing on my day now, is opening this. Okay, of course the problem is now that because it's a fresh day, I don't have other antechamber doors open. So but this is fine. The point is, we'll be able to do it soon. You know, maybe today, maybe another day. We're certainly in a good position. We're in a really good position to be able to do this much more easily now. So, but do I feel did I feel in that moment when I realized incredibly silly about not realizing that in the moment? Yes, I did. I guess my defense is that day had gone on. Like, I was recording so much longer than I expected. Like, I literally had to go and have a dinner break because I don't normally play, you know, like that long. And so, like, you know, I was like, just in my personal life, I was feeling a bit of time pressure of like, okay, like this, you know, like this amazing day is going on, and it was fine, but like, you know, I was sort of like, you know, at some point, like, I don't have that much more time to continue with the recording. And on top of that, I was just so like, look what we achieved, you know. I was completely focused on all of this new stuff. I had so not even considered that I would be close to you know, to getting into the north exit of the antechamber. So it just wasn't even in my mind. Like, I had already used the north lever before, so I didn't really think about it when I opened it again. I was focused on coming into this room with this door. And then at the end, I was completely focused on this puzzle. Like, perplexed me to such a degree that I forgot about the fact that I could have achieved what is on the face of it the main goal of this game. I'm not sure if it actually will be. I suspect maybe not, but you know, getting into that door is obviously, it's incredible to me. You guys must have been tearing your hair out. You must have been screaming at the screen. And I don't blame you at all, because when I realized that, I was like, you fool. Why didn't you think about that? I know why I didn't think about that. All right. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. This was really hard for me to think about. I'm still not sure if I've come up with a way for this to work. And I haven't got all of the steps to get there in my head, but I do think I have a sequence that might be able to get me there now. And this was so hard for me. I really had to try and think backwards from like, all right, what are the capabilities of each of the buttons? What does the green do? What does the purple do, etc.? And I had to sort of think backwards from, you know, what do I want? Like, I want purple in these corners. How could I get purple there? I think that I need a green to do it. Like, if I have a purple here, essentially, and I have a green here, I think that clicking the green will flip these around. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm working with at the moment. But let me have a little play. I think what I'm trying to get to is to have the space up here, essentially. And I know I did that at various points. I know that the space will move the horizontal line it's on across 1. So is it? Is it though? Like if I know if I click this purple, I'll get the space up there. But I actually think before I get to that, somehow I need the green to be down here. All right, I'll play around. Yeah, I think maybe I do. Because what I'm trying to do is move the yellow out of the way. That's really the big challenge, I think. Alright, we've got the space up here, but I don't think that the green is where I need it, is the problem. If I click that, I get it on the edge. But I need the green to be able to get that purple up there, is what I think. Alright, let me start again then and see if I can first get the green down there. I think that might be what I need. So if I move that along there, there we go. I can get the green down there. Then I can swap that. Alright, I think I've got the green where I want it now. If I get that there, the purple will swap with the... Yep. Click that will get that to the side. So then I can swap the green with the yellow. I think that's what I'm after, yes. Now, this is the first time I've managed to move a yellow. That's what I think I needed to get get a yellow off this top block. Alright, yellow. Though, in my little diagram here, what I was imagining is that I had the purple on the edges and the red in the middle. So I wonder if this might be a problem. But, click green, so we've got green at the top. And now if I click the blank, we move the green over here. And now if I click the green, this is the thing I don't know. This was the unknown for me. I know what the green does when the green is in the middle, either the middle of the top or the middle of the side. It will swap with its opposite block. But what if it's in the corner? I don't know if it's going to swap horizontally or if it's going to swap vertically. Absolute unknown. I didn't even consider that. Okay. It's worked anyway, but the... Alright. If nothing else, even if I can't do this now, that has answered the major question I had here about how this works. So, I think that's super useful. Alright, so I'm guessing... So this one is unchecked now because we've moved the purple. So, if nothing else, what I can do is take this knowledge and, you know, work with... work with this new knowledge. Oh, of course. Yeah, so I can't... Alright, I can't move the green... Then. What then? If I get... So I've got a purple up there. That might be kind of good enough in some ways. How could I get this space back down here to... I'm thinking, how can I get one more purple up there? The purple can only go to the top, I think, with the green. So if I swap the green back up there and then click that to get this purple. Yeah, because we can always get purple down. That's totally fine. Maybe what I can then do is click this. If I click this purple to swap it with the yellow, that might be good. Let's try that. Okay, so we got these two purples again. They might not stay there. In fact, they won't stay there. But if I click this green, that'll get my two purples up here. Okay, this is progress. This is progress. Now. The problem is, how do I get... how could I... These two are together, so I can't get one green here and one green... one purple here and one purple there. I can get this other purple down here in any spot that I want. Sort of. Like I can swap it with anything I want. I feel like I'm so close. This is so much more complicated than the other boxes. I really think. This is tricky. Okay. All right. I'm dying to know what's in this box. I've come this far. If I get this purple down here, which ultimately I need anyway, but is it what I need now? If I get this purple down here, you know what, actually, what if I get the space here, swap it here, so I'd have the space in the middle then. And no, but that wouldn't let me get the green over here. I was thinking if I get the green... If I click this one, it's going to swap with the diagonal opposite. If I click this one, it's going to swap with that purple. All right. Now I don't have two purples up there anymore. I can get it back. But I could get this, like I could click this, swap this green then with the space. But why would I want to do that? Just to move this purple into a different position maybe, but I don't know what I would get from that. I might need to walk away from this for a sec. Like when I say a sec, I mean for the time being, just with my new knowledge. And I think like it's actually easier for me to puzzle this sort of thing away from on paper in some ways, which is the opposite of what I said originally about the indicator lights. But like once I'm confident I know what the mechanics are, yeah, I can sort of like, you know, think backwards from it somehow a little bit more clearly. Yeah, like how can I either get two purples up here spaced with something in the middle of them, or get the green here with a purple here to swap with it? That is the question. Hang on. If I swap the yellow out, maybe this could work out, yeah? Because... Okay, hang on. Let me play around with this. All right, so firstly, if I get the space up here... All right, I can get the purples here. Cool, but now I have a problem because these two purples are in the center. So I need this space down here to be able to, I just need to be able to shift this purple somewhere, but I need the space to be able to do that. So that's actually not super helpful right now. What if I do, there's no way for me to get these two purples with two spaced away, is there? Hang on. Let's get that one there. I mean, I can. All right, I can there. I can there. Okay, does this work? Click green, swap, and then yes, click it. No. Because I can't move them without the space. I can't. I'm so close. I'm so close. But I can't now get the space. I can't now get the space opposite the green unless I do this, which will move the purple away all over again. Huh. How do I do the finishing move here? The only way I can get the space away from the center is to move the purple again. So let's do that. But that moves the corner. That's the problem. So hang on. All right. I can move this one down into here. No issue. It's ready to go. It's ready to go into the center. I can... You know, I can get... Now I have no purples up there whatsoever. I can get that purple there. But as soon as I shift... Yeah. Yeah, that gets them. I can easily get my two purples up there again. So I could click this, get that. I can get the three. I can get the three. 1, 2, and I could click this. That would go there, and that would get me that one. But... Huh. Oh man, I feel like I'm so close. I feel like I'm so close, but I just can't figure out the dynamic. I can't figure out this last little logic. Okay, at least in contrast to yesterday, it feels completely doable now. It's just thinking of like what the strategy is. It's just going, okay, they need to be placed in this particular way. I arrange that, and then I can do a final kind of click and bam. But, all right, I'm going to step away from this for now. I know, thankfully now I know, that God, this was freaking incredible. Now I know this stays open. I can come and access it anytime I want, essentially, even from the beginning of a day, but even later today. Phenomenal. I also know that I can, I need to get keys. I can come down here into the reservoir anytime I want. And I can access all of those trunks down there, and I do it with regular keys. So, absolutely no issue. Probably. I just need to go, I just need to get amass keys and not lockpick kit, apparently. So that all feels really doable. It feels like that could be my priority for today. And opening the antechamber, of course, one of the doors, the east, the west, or the south door, and I've already got the north door open, so I can finally go in and see what happens. Oh man, guys, I feel silly, but all good. So we're ready to tackle it again today. I mean, yesterday was so exciting. Why not save some more for today? Okay, so my thing, I don't have any keys for down here yet, obviously, but my thinking is let's actually go up and see what it is, see if we're able to, I assume so, see if we're able to draft from the foundation. Oh, we have to call the elevator. Oh, I can't. Ha. Oh, that's interesting. I do remember this keycard thing. Let's look up. Okay, my elevator's up there. All right. Learned something new. Yet more information. Wonderful. So in that case, we have to go back through here. While I'm passing it, yeah. What's going on with you? What's going on with so many of these arrows? I'll figure it out. Shaking my fist at mystery. I will definitely get there. But it is specifically on that one there. Yeah. All right. We've also got to come back here as soon as we get shovel. Get that buried floor plan there. Very exciting. Suspicious? So I was also thinking about this information that we were given. I don't know what to do with this. I mean, that remote power box looks like what we pushed in there anyway. Anyway, I have to think more about that one maybe, or just find something else. All good. We've got to find that other gas line as well and see what happens there. One of the earlier mysteries. So let's get started in our game in the conventional way then. I still don't have any more ideas really of what to do over there. Apart from like we got another fake name for our mother. Like I could try that, but I'm not confident enough yet. So I think I'll amass a few other ideas. Okay. Also, we have a new room. Like I've actually forgotten what it's called, but it's the Dovetarium, the dove room. So I'd be really curious to get that as well. Okay, I might start with den or pantry. Let's start with den. Get our gem. Oh, nice. Nice to know there's a trunk there waiting for me. And I really like to still keep trying to get conservatory as much as possible, so let's head this way. You know what? I'm actually thinking corridor, maybe. Yeah, because we've got the east den entrance there. I'm thinking of using the hallway somewhere else. Let's see what comes of this. Well, billiard room might be great. Send us back around to the east. Let's do it. Let's see what we can get from here. Yeah, and I'd be really interested today if I can get the coat, the cloakroom, the coat check, whatever it's called, because there are clearly so many items in this game that have become really interesting. And it would be nice actually to have a spot to be able to keep them if possible, like the the power hammer that I just made, or even something that I buy in the showroom. Okay, 12 square root of 3 times 3, 9. So how does this one work again? 18 minus 16, so square root of 2, meaning 4. 10 minus 7, 3, multiplied by 1, 3, square root of 9. Oh, that was pretty, hey, as if by magic. As if it knew what one of my major goals was for today. And now that's even more useful than I previously thought. If this is locked, we can use it straight away. No, okay. It's even more useful than I thought, because now I know that there are, there are 2 different levers in Secret Garden, so we can use it for either side or even both sides. Yeah, freaking brilliant. Okay, chapel, definitely, so we can head up. Thank you. No coins, of course not. All right, we definitely, well, hang on. I say definitely. Maybe let's try down, because we could use this as a dead end. Oh. Well, none of these are things I would like to use as a dead end, but let's get workshop. Workshop is working for us. And so it shall be. We can take this straight back. Oh, tea. We can take this straight back to the basement and get our buried floor plan. At least I'm hoping so. I'm hoping the shovel will be enough. For right now, I can add a T to my list of workshop letters. I've been getting so many vowels, it's actually really thrilling to get a consonant. Whatever that means. We don't really have anything yet. Okay, but we can use that in future. I won't draft that one yet, because again, I don't have any dye yet. Let's try this. A second billiard room? I mean, why not? Like, they often deliver very interesting items. Money? No. Oh! Huh. I almost just thought that was part of the environment, because it just fits here. as, as a little food thing. Okay. As a condiment. 8. Oh, it was giving me an easy one before. All right, 12 minus 11, 1 times 1, 1 times 2, 2 times 4, 8 minus 4, 4. Did I screwed that one up. Hang on. Did I do that maybe in the wrong order? All right. 12 minus 11, 1. Multiplied by 1, 1. Multiplied by 2, 2. Multiplied by 4, 8. Subtract 4, 4. But that's not... What am I doing wrong here? Hang on. If I change the order... No, it's divided... That's what I was doing wrong. It's... 8. Was it 8? Were we at 8? Alright, let me do it again. 12 minus 11. 1 times 1, 1 times 2, 2 times 4, 8. 8 divided by 4, 2. Okay. 8. Hang on. Do we do all of this at once before the square root? Maybe. I'm a little confused about this now. I think let's try. 8. No, it must be 8 square root of 8 first. It must be. Okay, so in that case, 64 minus 20, 44. Yeah, that's right. Divided by 11, 4. Got it. That makes sense. So in that case, 20. Okay, so I guess I'm probably just refreshing something I'd already figured out before, but I guess it's that the color that the square root circle is saying, yeah, this is the part of the process at which you do it. Got it. So 20 minus 1 minus 16, 3. Square root of 3, 9. Multiplied by 2, 18. Cool, regular keys. If nothing else, that'll help me down in the reservoir. Okay, so this is not where we want to use the secret garden key. So regular key it is. Might be an okay spot for... I don't really want to dead end this spot, so maybe let's just do dining room. And before I step in there, I think let's turn back at this stage. Yep, and go back from the bottom again. I think that makes sense. All right, not doing too bad, especially with the shovel. I mean, I could also just go downstairs right now and get that floor plan. Let's do this first. Maybe hallway then. Hallway is a good thing for this spot. And then this is my other corner. So I've got access to my 2 corners now. I could give it a go. Maybe we'll give it a go on 1. No, that didn't work. Well, in that case, closet. Let's get this out of the way. All right, metal detector. Great. Okay, that's kind of useful. And let's try and go up here. You know what, actually, I'm going to go from the center here, because this one is already against a wall. Aha, okay. Well, all of these are leading me in the same direction, so let's do parlor to get the gems. Brilliant. And I think after a couple more of these, I'm going to go open up my west path room as well. This box contains gems. Could be true, could be false. This box does not contain the gems. Could be true, could be false. The other 2 boxes are true. It could be true. The other 2 boxes are true. No, it can't be true. It's literally impossible, because if it were true, this would need to be false. So this is definitely false. Which means that at least one of these, which means this is false, and at least one of these is false. Only one of these is true. This box does not contain the gems. This box contains the gems. I mean, if this is true, then this one is true. So I think that means this is not true, because one of them needs to be false. If this is false, this box does not contain the gems, then this is true. This box does not contain the gems, which would mean this box has to contain the gems. This one's... Another kind of a tricky one, but not there today. But I'm going to go with it. I'm blowing the smoke away from my gun. Okay, let's try this one. Not great. Not great at all. Not great in the least. I might go, we're ruining that hallway entrance, but that's fine. That doesn't actually make any difference because they were going to the same place anyway. I guess let's go pantry, because if we get shop, maybe the extra coins will help us out. Okay. Man, I know there's still stuff going on with the Chamber of Mirrors, but I haven't thought about it and figured anything else out about how it works yet. So, this one is a bit painful. I don't want to lose 2 gems at this stage, but I might have to. Or, well, I could do... Yeah. The problem is, if we do observatory, then ultimately we're trying to head north, like we're trying to head east and then north, but then that would lead us to the same spot as dining room. So as painful as it is to lose 2 gems, though it will only be 1 gem, actually, yeah, let's do office. And we got some more cash, great. And we can spread gold in the estate. Maybe it's a little premature, but why not? Let's do it. It's done. We don't want to run payroll, I think, because we don't have any of the staff rooms yet. But let me do my standard special order magnifying glass. I kind of feel like it's just the most reliable way to get the magnifying glass, and because it's so cheap in the shop, it tends to be easy to buy. Huh? Oh, it's spread gold here as well. Okay, got it. And here. Hey. Nice. Okay. A north and south entrance would be ideal. So maybe this is a job for drawing room. We'll get our gem back, so no cost. Aha! So, we've heard something potentially about this chair. But like, it's not like I can interact with this chair in any way as it is. I kind of wonder, like, what if I sit in the, very Indiana Jones style, like what if I sit in the chair and lean back, then this will flip around or something. But if you can do anything with this chair, then it must require some other condition, I guess. I don't know. Weird. It's a very, very interesting, compelling mystery that may just be, it may just mean the position in the household and nothing to do with the chair itself. But I don't know. Oh, that would have been useful just before I spread that gold. But, I've gone the wrong way. Okay. Well, in that case, conference room is actually perfect for here. I got distracted by chair. Let's draft like storeroom or something here. Oh. Veranda. Oh. I just thought observatory, we're probably going to have the 20 stars today, so we're probably going to get Florealis. I might do that then. Again, although it uses a gem, it will probably I'm hoping it will be a gem creator for us. Florealis bloom of the sky. Green rooms are more likely to contain special flowers today. Does that mean like there will be more gems in any green room, or does that specifically mean flowers in the green room? That is, yeah, that is a question I have. All right, I think at this stage, I'm going to pop out, go to our west room before we go too far north. And also, oh, thank you, metal detector. Haha. And also, hopefully I can take this shovel and go and get that floor plan. Maybe let's do that right now. I'm very excited about what this is only going to be our second found floor plan, I think. Like we dug one up over there. I'm really hoping that the shovel will work here. Like it did work in the laundry room, you know, which didn't actually have a dig spot, weirdly. I'm just worried that maybe we need like the jackhammer to cut through the concrete or something. Ooh. I'm so sure it was like here-ish. Yes. Oh my god. What? Lost and found. Yes, please. That's extremely interesting. Let's have another look at that. There has always been a history of things disappearing on the estate, including this very floor plan, which had been lost for many years itself and missing from the directory. Now that it has been found, some long-lost items from Mount Holly's past might finally resurface. So maybe it's not just rare items, it's items that were impossible to find before this. That's incredible. Huh. Alright, I was just thinking to myself, like, should I head down there with my key and try to open another trunk? But I think it's better to go down there with more keys. Especially since I might need this key to get more keys. Okay. Interesting. I wonder, just thinking about being at, like, how useful it would be to be able to store more than a single item. I wonder if it is possible to like draft multiple coat check rooms. I wonder if that would work. Alright, maybe let's keep going up the west. I could open that with my single key, but no, it wouldn't be smart key usage. Okay. In that case, let's head back to conference room. And we are going up the west side, so if we get a chance, if we get a locked door, then, you know, let's remember to use our secret garden key. Any... Dang! That's a problem. That's a problem. I'm just looking at these cool trees. Alright, maybe we can go around. So this could be the perfect spot for a nook. And keys will be great. Oh, coupon book. A very, very pleasant to have. Coin. Oh, there you are, but I can't have you here. I can't have you here, I think. Well, maybe I could, because if we get the key card out, we can go up from conference room. Let's do that. It's a bit of a risk. I did really want to get boudoir there, but maybe actually this will work out in more ways than one. All right, so we've got our key card now. So we can head back up the west wing. I can also use this for the foundation elevator, which is great. Okay, in that case, definitely... Oh, no, actually, that's not... Oh, but it's the only viable option. All right, that's fine. That's fine. We will accept the wasted entrance there. Okay, we're only heading to the side then. Maybe let's get commissary. It uses a gem, but you know, everything here could be really useful. We're doing all right for money. All right, sledgehammer for absolute sure, because we've already got trunks to use. Hang on, what do I have already? All right, magnifying glass for absolute sure. It's always useful, always useful. And I'm thinking like sleeping mask as well. It's just a really, really nice thing to have. Yep, I'm fine with that. And we've got our coupon book, so that was all a little bit cheaper than it would otherwise be. God, we're actually close to foundation already. I don't want to use my special key here, so we're going to have to use one of those. Ooh. As much as I would love, I can't get it anyway because I don't have the gems. So it's just going to have to be gymnasium for the movement possibilities. All right, all good. Let's see first off if we can move straight up here to foundation, which is kind of just a nice bonus, really. I might risk... I might risk darkroom. Yep, that one opens automatically, which is great. So we can go straight in here. I hope this is locked so I can use the secret... no. Okay, in that case, it's... I guess we just pick something and see what happens. Okay, alright. Fair enough. That's cool. That's kind of cool because we get this stuff. Everything is useful. We see Swimbird. And we have some other ways of getting around this area anyway. And we also don't need to go to the back of the foundation. So, yes, my dinner is served. And I have shovel. I totally forgot to open up the west path. God. There's so much to concentrate on now. Like, there's so many things to be done. Okay. All right. Well, we could have used this with the security pass anyway, but now I've kind of got a quick way to head back down, and actually I could quickly get back outside. Yeah, let's do that because I feel like I'm really neglecting my west path. There's so many options now. I think I might need to create a reminder for myself, like a little post-it note, you know, telling me all of the various things I need to remember I can do. Okay, so we can step out here yet again. I've already been in this room so much back and forth. Used this exit so many times already. Brilliant. God, I'm so pleased we got that. I'm really, really, really looking forward to drafting that. Great. Yeah, so it raises the question, what would I like from West Path, I suppose? I mean, everything is useful in its own way. But I suppose I don't need Tomb right now for the access. I have permanent access to that area down there now. I have also the Foundry access, etc. So the Tomb in that particular way isn't necessary. It's probably... maybe it's a little bit late to be getting root cellar. Don't know. I'm actually not sure how that will work. Like if I get root cellar, will it suddenly put more dig spots in the rooms I've already drafted? Maybe that in itself would be an interesting experiment. Let's see what we have on offer anyway. I'm generally like a bit afraid of this one. I don't like the idea of using... Oh my god. I just realized that I have no steps. In that case, I'm actually going to do this because I think it's the only way I might get some steps. How silly. All that back and forthing actually cost me a lot. I didn't realize. Huh. So I've probably got to take note for myself. Oh man, this is not helping me. Oh, come on. I've probably got to take note for myself how many steps I'm actually... Oh, thank God, that's something. Oh, thank you, Salt. Slightly helpful. Okay. I've got to take note for myself how much I'm actually using to move essentially between the grounds and, say up to the foundation. Can I, even with this though, can I do anything? This is the question. What can I do? Oh, while I'm here, I actually can't even remember if I have done this. I suspect that every time I've said I was going to, I might have forgotten about it. It's actually really clear. Yeah. Simon, the lovely little heart there. So now I wonder actually if that little sign on the side there is that one of the fog rays? I think it could be. I've now become suspicious of this guy because I was thinking about this family tree here, and I was just thinking how there have been a couple of references to Lionel, but yeah, like why is he here as a character, and why did he not stay in the what is it called, like the Featherbourne Manor or whatever it was? So I feel like that guy has a potentially interesting role in the game. Yeah. And also, like, why is... Like, if this weren't torn off, like, what else would be here? I'm guessing we would see Courtney and we would see... What's his face? But then again, it actually doesn't look like this tree goes any further. So why is he here? Hang on. Let me remember what the connections are. What are the connections of this guy? Family tree. Yeah, Lord William Epsom, up there, the father. Daughter, Clara Epsom, and son, Lionel Epsom. Lionel's daughter, Courtney, so I guess she just hasn't been born at the time that this was made. I don't know. It's I find him interesting. But I don't think there is anything to notice here with the magnifying glass. So at least I can, at least I know for myself that this is done. It's been done. Yeah. Down here, down in the roots. Aha. The besailed child? Children? I did really think that there would be something here. All right, so I've definitely never done this before. Besoiled. That's... what do they mean? Ah, there's my name. Ha. What does that mean? And so, who has written this in? Of course there's a mystery in the roots. It makes so much sense. Simon P. Jones. I wonder if I could even think about whose handwriting that is. The besoiled child. I mean, I don't know by besoiled if they mean, like someone who is soiled, like has been ruined. Maybe a darker meaning could mean put into the soil, if it doesn't mean necessarily me, if maybe it means a child. Maybe there was a twin that died. That would be a very dark take on this. I also feel like these are, one's in all caps, one's not, but it feels like it's not the same handwriting. Huh, indeed. And with this extra interesting piece of the puzzle here, this episode will be ending here, but the next episode we will be continuing on, perhaps surprisingly. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you then in that next episode. Bye bye.